Hi, so today we're going to be talking about Glasgow coma scale. Yes, Glasgow coma scale is a neurological scale used in assessing a patient's level of consciousness by a medical practitioner, by a nurse, or a doctor. Things to note in Glasgow coma scale. The highest a patient can score is 15, which shows that he's fully awake, alert. Then the lowest a patient can score is 3. This is a deeply unconscious patient. We have an abbreviation that we'll use so that it will be easy for you. We use EVM. So that's eye opening and best verbal response, best motor response. So for eye opening, we have 4, which is the highest a patient can score. For verbal response, we have 5, which the highest a patient can score. Then for motor response, we also have 6, which a patient can score. So we're going to be talking about eye opening. So eye opening is from 1 to 4. So the highest you can score in eye opening is 4. So 4, we start from the up to down. So 4, we have spontaneous opening. When a patient spontaneously opens his or her eyes, you will give 4. Then you tell your patient, you call out your patient, then the patient opens his or her eyes, you score 3. Then you apply pain to the patient and the patient opens his or her eyes, you score 2. Then after applying pain to the patient open his or her eyes, you score 1. Remember, the highest you can score in eye opening is 4, and the lowest, since the patient is breathing, is 1. Verbal response assess a patient's ability to communicate. Verbal response is the second, which has a score of 5, which is the highest. So before you give a patient 5, a patient must be oriented to time and place. You use communication, you use question to ask him if he's aware of his environment. So if he's aware of his environment, he's aware of the time, the place, the day, and he's able to recognize a relative or a nurse, then you score him 5. Then, if a patient is communicating but is disoriented, is confused about the time, the place, you ask him about his location and it's like he doesn't know where he is, you give 4. So, incoherent speech, you give 3. Then, you give 2 when the patient makes sounds. Then you give 1 when there's no sound at all. Remember always that 1 when there's absence of a particular assessment, you give 1. The third to assess is the motor response, which comprises of 6 scores. So the highest you can give is 6, the lowest, which is always 1. So give 6 when your patient responds to verbal response. He moves his limb, he turns, he raises his hand when you ask him. That's when you score 6. You score 5 when the patient is able to localize pain. For instance, you are creating pain on my chest. I'm able to bring my hand to the location. Then you score me 5. So you score 4 when pain is applied and both the arms and the legs are flexed. Then you give 4. You score 4. So number 3, before you score 1, 3, the patient extends the legs and flex the arms. That is decorticate. You score 2 when the patient extends both the arms and the legs. He extends them Rather than flexing, you extend them. Then you score 2, which is decerebrate. Then the last one, when pain is applied and the patient did not move at all, did not flex, did not extend, he's lying there calm without any motion, you give 1, which is the least of motor response. Remember, Glasgow's coma scale is used to assess the level of a patient's consciousness. So the highest a patient will get or score is 15 and the lowest is 3. Once a patient is breathing, you cannot score less than 1 on each of the assessments. So eye opening, we have 4 as the highest. We have verbal response with 5 as the highest. We have motor response with 6 as the highest. Remember this.